Hey budget friends, it's Steph with Stefsonabudget. Welcome or welcome back for another video. Today we're going to do a budget with me for our payday of October 17th. And then we're going to go ahead and unstuff our expenses from the last 2 weeks together as well. So we are looking at my October budget calendar. I'm obsessed. It is so cute, you guys. This one makes me smile every time I look at it. Just love her so much. We are looking to pay everything that is highlighted in the gray today. So yeah, this is a magic month for us as well. You can see we're going to get a third paycheck on the 31st. So I'm not really looking at this as helping us too much since it's on the last day of the month, but where we really see the benefit is because we get paid so early in the month. The expenses in these two paychecks are a little bit lower than our normal. So it offsets a little bit. That way we see a little benefit there. But yeah, I don't know. I think magic months are always interesting. I don't see like a ton of bang for my buck there, at least not yet. Maybe in the future when we've got, more debt paid off, that sort of thing. But okay, so we're all set up. We're going to pay everything in gray. If you're new to my channel, my husband and I both work full-time in healthcare. So we are a dual income household and we are a family of 6, but we're a household of 5. My oldest lives independent. So our income, depending on what it is, does support 6 people sometimes for some of these bills and expenses, but primarily household of 5. So my husband and I are both paid on the same day. So we are looking to budget both our paychecks today. So I'm going to go ahead and flip over to our October budget tracker. And so this is going to be for October 17th. I do use the Budget Mom printable workbook. Love her workbook, and I like the printable, sorry for the bump, friends. I like the printable version because then I can just print out what I need and use what I need, and I don't have to have all the extras. Plus, it's been really fun creating my own calendars for the month, for the year. I'm not sure what I'm trying to say there. Okay, so both of our income, so I'm just going to break this down as income, and I don't know why that looks funny, but let's do this. Okay, so for our income, we are going to budget out $4,862. Between the two of us, that is what we're looking at for this 2 weeks. I'm also going to bring in, I'm expecting a YouTube paycheck here. Usually on the 21st, I receive that, and I'm going to bring in $178 of that income into this budget. And so we're going to put that here and add these two together, and that's going to bring our total. She's got inflow here, which means like inflow of money. So that's going to bring us at $5,040 for the 2 weeks. The next section we're going to work on is our fixed expenses. So let's go ahead and fill in what we've got there for these 2 weeks. I'm just going to kind of adjust this really quick. Okay, so I split my mortgage up in 2. So we are going to pay the first half of our mortgage on the 17th. And so this half, we're going to take half on the 17th, half on the 31st paycheck, put those together to make our November 1st mortgage payment. So that's going to be $1,143. Let me close my door because the dog is barking here. Okay, I realize we're getting a little sunlight coming in. I have the window open. My room has been getting so hot lately, you guys. So I cracked the window early this morning to hopefully cool it down. Kennedy has been sick the last 2 days. I am feeling under the weather, so I'm kind of trying to like power through a couple videos today because I just like feel it coming. Okay, so anyways, half our mortgage. We've got a Netflix subscription. Come on, hand, do your thing here. That's on the 19th, and that's going to be for $20. I'm going to go ahead and put this A here. That lets me know that this is an automatic payment that'll come right out of my account. I don't have to worry about paying it. Okay. Next up, I have a debt snowball from a Discover card that we paid off last year. And so I keep that in this section versus the extra debt. I've explained this in previous videos. It's more of a mental thing for me, you guys. I like to just keep these in the budget, so I think of it as still having that same line expense. Obviously, this payment doesn't go to this account any longer because it's paid off. It goes to the current debt snowball, and that's going to be for $200. I like to keep it in this section versus this one because by the time I get through variable expenses and sinking funds and savings, and then I get here, I'm likely to kind of eat that money up in other places if I'm not careful. So I just leave it here for simplicity's sake. That's just a personal preference. We then have the Wells Fargo payment, which is our current debt. So that's $80. So this $280 is going to go all to this Wells Fargo. I've got my Subaru payment on the 21st, and that's for $459. We have a City One debt snowball as well, and that one is $150. What's next? We've got a Kindle Unlimited subscription, and that's $13. We've got iCloud on the 25th, and that's $11. And again, I'm putting these A's here because those are going to come out automatically. This is our pay period where we always have a lot of subscriptions. So we've got Disney Plus as well on the 26th, and that one is $22. Okay, I've got another debt snowball here, you guys, from an oven payment we paid off. I think it's been 2 years now. That's on the 27th. That is $125. So this is heavy subscriptions. We also have a lot of debt snowballs in this chunk of the month, I guess. Okay. We've got our cell phone bills on the 28th, and that's $331. And that pays for 6 lines, you guys, unlimited everything. And then we also get free HBO Max with ours. And this is one of those kind of bills where it pays for 6 of us. So this includes all, my oldest kiddo as well. Let's see, trash. We have a quarterly trash bill, and that came up. That's due on the 30th, and that is going to be $65. Okay, and then we have our Apple Card, which we have a cell phone on right now. That's on the 31st, and we're going to put $232 towards this one. Okay, you guys? So that's everything for fixed expenses. Let's go ahead and add these all up and see what we're looking at. Okay, so we're looking at $2,851 for the next 2 weeks. We're going to take that from our $5,040 in income, and that's going to leave us with $2,189. So I'm going to go ahead and bring that $2,189 down to our variable expenses, or our cash envelopes, as most of us call them. I'm going to go ahead and fill in these categories, and then we'll come back together and look at the amounts. Okay, friends, so I always have the same categories, and the amounts here don't change a lot. We did just recently bump up our groceries from $300 to $340, and that's been helping significantly. So just based on the cost of everything and the way our spending had been, this has helped prevent, because we just kept going over budget. And so if you guys keep working your budget and you're noticing you're going over consistently in one category, it's probably time to kind of reevaluate to see if you need to just go ahead and increase that area. And it could just be based on spending habits, the time of the year. Like, for example, summertime, our food budget goes up quite a bit, right? because kids are home versus in school. Or, you know, the cost of things is just increasing, especially around food, at least where I'm at. So that extra $40 bump has really helped us stay back on track. Costco, we're going to put $200. I try to put $200 per payday, which gives me about $400 of Costco spending per month. And I do typically do a monthly shop. Sometimes I might go every 6 weeks. So it just depends. I am due for a Costco shop now. I'll probably get that done today. We're going to put $150 towards gas in our vehicles, $40 in miscellaneous spending. This would just be to cover like anything that we didn't really plan for. We use it for like gas station snacks and movie night and things like that sometimes. Our house and beauty is going to get $60. Spending is going to get $360. This covers $100 free and clear for each, my husband and I, and the rest we kind of use for the kids spending if they have things that come up. Random spending, maybe one of us might need more in a particular pay period. Also during school, sporting events, things like that for the kids. We're going to put $42 for water. This is for drinking water, $50 into our pets, and $100 into takeout. So this should be $13.42, but let's go ahead and add it all up and make sure. Okay, yep, $13.42. All right, so I'm going to take this from the $21.89, and that's going to leave me with $800. Come on, pen, don't fail me now, and $47. We're going to bring that $847 up here to our, I have the older version. This is sinking funds. I don't break it out per sinking funds. I just do like my savings category. So we're going to put month ahead in here, our emergency fund, Christmas, our savings challenge binder. This is what I use primarily to stuff sinking funds, and then our debt binder. Okay, so those are our categories. I put 33 per paycheck to month ahead and 64 per paycheck to our emergency fund. We're going to put 100 into Christmas, 250 into our savings challenges, and 300 towards our debt binder. And let's add that all up. $747. Oh, I know what I forgot. Okay, because I was bringing in $178 here. The other thing we're going to do is our Grow As You Go savings challenge from Budget with Carly, and I'm going to put $100 towards that. So I'm taking $178 from this YouTube pay that I'm expecting and putting it towards these 100 towards this Grow As You Go, and then 78 towards my debt binder. So that is actually going to be the $847, and that's going to bring us to a zero-based budget. So I have every dollar of income we're expecting accounted for, and it's given a job. So that's what we like to see. So that is our budget for the next 2 weeks. Looking pretty good. The next thing I want to do with you all is go ahead and unstuff the spending from the last 2 weeks. So I do pull out cash from my cash envelopes. I still stuff that money. Let me grab it really quick. So here's what I mean. Like, I still stuff cash into my envelopes, right? But since we have our credit card paid off, I do use my city card to spend, and then I pay that back every 2 weeks. And that just helps me earn some rewards towards my city Costco card, which is really nice at the end of the year. Okay, so now in the beginning, one thing I'll say about that is in the beginning, I would not have been able to do that because it's taken me years to kind of get where I can use a credit card more responsibly versus, in the past I would maybe swipe for all this spending and then just say, well, I can make that payment, so I'm not going to pay it back and I'll just keep it on as debt, right? That's how I kind of got a little bit into this debt payoff journey 5 years ago. So over that time, I've gotten a lot better, and now I can do that, and I'm very responsible at paying it back. So I will say, if you're not the best at your credit card spending yet, you don't quite have that in check, I would definitely continue to use like just your cash envelopes, right? So let's go ahead and kind of set this up. I'm gonna make some change, and then we're gonna go ahead and pay ourselves back here as far as our spending goes. So give me a quick second. All right, friends, I think we are ready. So I am going to start myself off with $20 here. I've got 10 ones and 2 fives just to be able to make change as we go through this and hopefully make this process a little bit smoother. So I've got my tracked expenses here, and we are then going to look to pay this all back. So I'm going to start in our cash envelopes versus our sinking funds, and we're going to go down through. I'm going to start with food here. So I have one expense. I'm going to round up to the next dollar, you guys, just to keep this simple, and the extra change will just sit in my checking as a buffer. Okay, so I've got a $93 food expense here from Smith's, and then I'm going to go down the list and find any other food expenses. I've got another one here for $74.81, so I'm going to say 75. Now this one I need to pay back to my checking, not my city, because I did a grocery pickup order for this one, and that one comes out of my checking account. So I've indicated that here, that's going to go to checking. But we don't need to worry about it. We're going to pull the money, I'll deposit it, and then separate that out once I'm ready. And then I've got one more here for $97.86. So that's going to be another 98. So for food, we're looking at $266, which is quite a bit under for us. So we need 2, 20, 40, 60, 80. So I've got 280, okay, which means I think I need $14 back in change, right, you guys? So there's 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. We'll see if we make it, okay? So that's gonna give us $74 left in our groceries, which is crazy. So this does not roll over. What I will do with this rollover money is I usually use it to fund my Monday minis. So it will fund that for us. Or if I'm short in another category, I will then kind of pull from others. I didn't go to Costco, so nothing there to pull, and Costco always rolls over, okay? House and beauty is our next one. Let's see what we've got there. I do think we have a few things. I have two, one for 21 and another for 7, so $28. These are both gonna pay back my checking. A lot of my husband's like shampoo and soap and stuff is just on like subscribe and save on Amazon, because my Target and my Walmart has all that stuff locked up, and I can't stand having to go and like wait for somebody to help me. And then they take it up to the counter, and then you have to ask for it again. So like, nope, not gonna be me. I just ordered off of Amazon. All right, so I need 28. I'm gonna have to put in 40, and look at me, I already don't have enough change. 40 minus 28 would be $12. So let's just put in 40. And maybe I can just take the 2 out of here, and then I know I owe this $10. This I have been rolling over, so I'll probably continue to do that. So that money will probably stay in there. Sorry guys, my throat is really, it's just really like froggy. I'm getting, Kennedy has been sick. I told you guys that, and I feel it coming. So my voice sounds terrible. Probably not the best time to be filming a video. Okay, let me just make a little note that I owe house and beauty $10 at the end. Okay. Okay, miscellaneous. I did have an expense there for 18. Oh, and that is empty, you guys. So, okay, let's come back to that one and we'll see what we can do. I had some spending here. This is my spending for $41.05. So I'm just going to call that $41 and I'm going to pull it from spending here. I have 60. You guys, that change like didn't even help me. Let's see, what can we do? What can we do? This is where if I don't have change, it gets all flustering. So I would need $19. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'll just put in the 40 and that's going to be 20 there. Okay, let me think. All right, yeah. What am I doing? What am I doing? Come on, Stephanie. I have a couple more for the hubby. Let's look at his and maybe that'll help us. He's got one on Amazon here for $51.50. So that's going to be 52. And then he has a Walmart spend here for $128. So he owes $180. So I don't think that's going to help me, but maybe I'll get some 10s. So this is his envelope. Let's see if we have 180. Oh, shucks, I do, but it's not going to help me. 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 60, 80. And that's going to leave him with a whopping 10 bucks. Silly goose. He done spent all his money. Okay, so those are done. Let's look at these. These are subscriptions that hit credit cards, but they have checks here, so they've already been paid. Okay, so I think what I'm gonna do is I put in the 40 for my spending and then I owe 18. So 41 plus 18, so that's 59. So I'm actually just going to put this extra 20 and I'm going to be $1 over in the pot. Oh, here, actually I can take $1 and I'll put this back into miscellaneous as change is what I'll do. And then I'm all square on this and that miscellaneous that I didn't have, right? Okay. Perfect. So that takes care of that. Okay. Those two are done. Oh, this was some supplies for my Stefsonabudget. That comes out of a different account and that's already been paid back. Okay, and then we're going to go into our sinking fund. So let me get this out of the way. You guys, I had so strange. In the last 2 weeks, I had 0 gas expenses. I could not find where I bought gas or the husband bought gas. And so I thought that was kind of weird, but I looked across all my accounts. I didn't find any gas. So he must have just filled up on the cusp of payday last week. So he didn't need it for the last 2 weeks. And he just drives to work, so he doesn't go very far. And then I know for my car, my daughter pretty much drove it the last 2 weeks, so I made her put gas. So I know I didn't have gas for me. But I just thought that was so strange. I bet you the hubby is filling up today, though, if it's been 2 weeks for him. Okay, let's get into sinking funds. And I'm going to start with this one because there's just one in here, and I have a couple of Christmas expenses, you guys. And those are right here. I've got one for $100 and another for $97. So $197 needs to come out. I am like almost done, you guys. I can't believe how quick I got it done this year. So $197. So we got 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 60, 82. So $3, 1, 2, and 3. That's all my ones. It's going to go back into here, but at least we could do it. Hopefully. Oh my gosh. It's like, I never have enough change, you guys, no matter what I do. Okay, let's go ahead and check these off. I don't have a color for them. I'm going to check them off. Okay, and then last I have Kids, so Kennedy got a second ear piercing, and that ended up being $50. So we got 20, 30, 40, 45, and 50. That was with a tip to the piercer. And she is just obsessed and loves it so much, you guys. So I told her she needed to wait to be a little bit older. Guys, this is a funny story. And she was so bummed, but she was like, okay, but when, you know, and I was like, I don't know, we'll talk about it when you get a little bit bigger. You know, like with Apple, we have family sharing, so like pictures kind of share across devices, and she had her iPad and she found this little video of Lily when she was her age, so 9. And Lily was recording herself, so stinking cute, and she had her double ear piercing. So of course, this little smarty farty comes up and she's like, Mom, look at this video. She's like, this is Lily, and she's saying she's in the 4th grade and she has her second ear piercing, and I'm in the 4th grade. So I was like, okay, you know what? You win that argument. We will get it done. So she went and got her second piercing and she loves it. Okay, last thing I have on here is, I have a boo-boo here. So I have balloons. When we went to Balloon Fiesta, $71.69 was our tickets and our parking. And I have actually already paid this with cash. So I had some rollover from the last 2 weeks and I had $100 cash, and I have already paid this back. So I need to check that off, and that might have messed up my number down here, but maybe I did the math right and just forgot to check it. So let's just make sure everything's either highlighted or checked if it's not highlighted. And that looks good. Oh, and $10 I owe back to House and Beauty. So let's take that. And let's put that back in there. Okay, let me get this out, you guys. Sorry. Okay, so $10, that is taken care of. And then I need to take $20 back out from the change that I started with. That needs to go back in that envelope. So let me do that. And let me put this away before I forget where I took it from, you guys. Okay, perfect. I always just take it from one of my savings challenges because that's usually where all my 5s and 1s are. Okay, so that's everything. We should have $937, but you know what? Let me just add this all back up and make sure I did that right. So we're going to start up here. And again, I'm going to round up. So 93, I think I counted that one too, you guys, and I didn't mean to. So we're going to leave that off. Then I've got 41, 18, 50, 197. See, that 72, I was going to add that in there. I'm not going to add that in there. 13. Oh my goodness. But this was already paid too. So minus 13. Okay, so plus 21, plus 7, 75 there. This was paid, this was paid. I've got 52, 98, and then 128. So 780. Yikes, way off on this. Is that because I accidentally added in that and balloons? Let's just make sure. Yes. Okay, so minus 72, and that's already been paid from my Stefsonabudget account. So it's actually 780, you guys. Glad I checked that. Okay, so this should be $780. Let's make sure we got it. We got 1, 2, 20, 40, 60, 83, 20, 40, 60, 84, 20, 40, 60, 85, 20, 40, 60, 86, 20, 40, 60, 87, 20, 40, 60. Wait a minute. Let me just count this. 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 60, 82, 20, 40, 60, 83, 20, 40, 60, 84, 20, 40, 60, 85, 20, 40, 60. So 560 here. And then I've got 110 and 2 5s, 780. We did it. Yay. Okay. A little messy, but not as messy as last time. At least I had all the envelopes to pull from today. I just did some bad adding beforehand, but I got that figured out. So everything is paid. I've just got to deposit this, pay the credit card, and then I've got to pay this little chunk here that goes back to my checking and replaces my buffer. All right, you guys, that is going to do it for this video. Thank you so much for joining me for another one. I should have hopefully my debt update for September. I know I'm kind of late on that one, but it should be going up for you guys tomorrow, so check that one out. But if you like this one, give me a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button to stick around, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye, friends.